the Wendle trade for Misner, did we win that? Is that a win for the Marlins? You could say right now.
It was never, the return was never a loss for the Marlins, and I never said that it was. I just hated the price tag. But by all intents and purposes, right now, with Misner playing in AA, now of course that's a big jump, but he's not doing very well right now. But I still don't 100%. I think you could have had him for a little bit of a lesser prospect, honestly, or maybe a package of a couple of other prospects. But listen. They dealt from a position of what they think is depth in the outfield. It was a good bat that I really liked to give away. Also a natural center fielder, which the Marlins. I mean, the first natural center fielder in this system, outside of Misner, who they traded, of course, is Victor Mesa Jr. And that's the closest. That's the closest, unless you still believe in Victor. I don't know, but no. Victor Jr. is the next closest natural center fielder on in this organization right now, and he is still multiple years away. So when they got rid of Misner, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to be trading for a center fielder. We all expected that. They didn't do it. So I didn't like it for those two reasons. I still don't like it because I believe in Misner's bat. I think he's going to be really good, but you can't argue with Joey Wendle, man. Like I said, professional hitter, good fielder, multiple spots, easy to get into games, should be starting right now every day. So it's a win-win. Rays get a good bat that I think will be very good, and the Marlins get a right now piece. So it was never a loss. I just didn't really like the price tag. Still don't, but it is what it is.
Meisner had a really good game against Pensacola, a week and a half ago. I watched it. He reached base like 4 times, 5 plate appearances, and hit a moonshot home run.
Yep.
Overall, outside of that,
that was a shining moment. It was a shining moment.
Outside of that, it has been kind of iffy on him. But yeah, I said at the time that Meisner's ceiling is higher than Wendle's. That if Misner is the very best version of himself, reaches that ultimate ceiling, it's a pretty special player. I just didn't like the likelihood of that happening. I felt like if you looked at all the probabilities of his career, that it was a fair price. It's not what he wanted to play, but to get somebody like Wendle that was so particular to address their situation, we didn't know which one of Jazz or Miggy or BA would be like vulnerable early on. But what we saw last year is at different times, almost all the time, one of those 3 guys were either injured or off their game, and they needed more depth that could handle all 3 of those infield positions at second, short, and third. And he was such a great fit with that. So early on, as we've seen, Jazz has been better than we could have hoped. BA has been pretty much exactly what they hoped for realistically. He's been fine. And it's been Miggy that has been struggling and now has been out due to flu-like symptoms. And that has made Wendle all the more important. So far, working out exactly the way that the Marlins needed it too, and they don't really need to worry about the other side of the equation, considering that.
Yeah, just to close on this, for me, you just had that comment on the screen from, I didn't see the name, Go something.
Just Go Knowles again.
Okay, there you go.
He's hot on this show.
Yeah, awesome. We love to see it, right? Just real quick to mention on that start for him, his call up to Pensacola was so good last season, and that's what kind of, on top of what he did in Beloit, was really, really turned me on to this guy. I was like, okay, this guy I think would be really good, even though we're talking about a small sample. But yeah, I think he's going to turn it around.